When you look at Shounen protagonist is someone who wants to help others, want to protect their loved ones, want to become someone who is great, someone become a Hokage, to become someone who is a wizard king. That is basically what Shounen protagonist that is being portrayed in the series of manga, Naruto, Black Clover, One Piece, and all those stuff. But let's take a look at Jujutsu Kaisen, which give a refinement towards the shonen protagonist motivations. That is basically what we want to look at. At the start of the series, Itadore is someone who does not have any purpose or goals in his life. He just wants to live a simple life, does not care about becoming a greatness, does not care about pursuing in anything. Basically, his life is simple. Even though he has somewhat of unnatural superhuman ability, he still lives as a normal person without the reason to pursue in any types of sports, events, or anything, which he probably will exceed easily. So that is basically what Itadore Yuji is. But actually, he only have one purpose, which is to help his grandfather who is hospitalized right now. That is why he joined the hunting ghost club in his school, so he can leave early to take care of his grandfather, even though the club itself doesn't have any activities or any purpose besides hanging around with friends. That is basically what the club is. But Itadori's grandfather constantly pushed Yuji to enjoy his life and pursue his dream. Join club, have fun, become someone who strives for goodness. That is basically what the grandfather said. But do not care much about his sick grandfather. So that is basically what the grandfather said. But what really hits us is when the grandfather said, "Yuji, you are a strong kid, so help others. Just save as many people as you can, even if it is only one person. When you die, you should be surrounded by people. Do not end up like me." So that quote itself gives purpose to Itadori, who he shall become and what he needs to do to become that person. It gives purpose to Itadori Yuji to become someone who is protecting others, to become someone who is kind to others, so that when the time comes, he is not dying alone. He will die besides the people he loves. The story is not about becoming a Hokage or a wizard king or about becoming a pirate king. It's about a story, simple story about people who want to fight for others so that he can have someone who is loved beside him. That is basically what Itadori Yuji wants. He does not want to end his life or anybody else just like his grandfather. He wants to die as someone who does not have any regret. Even in episode 4, when Yuji is fighting the cursed womb, he constantly whimpers on how he does not want to die this way. He still have a lot of things he wants to experience and enjoy in his life. Even his character who loved Jennifer Lawrence in episode 2, where he said that he loved Jennifer Lawrence, is quite funny about how he wants to enjoy his life. But he also does not have the same courage as other shonen protagonists. If you look at Asta in Black Clover, Asta is more courageous person who will sacrifice his life to protect other people. But he is someone who fears death itself. To a certain extent, he will think to run away from those particular events. Plus, Itadori Yuji are not helping others for the sake of others, but only doing so for his personal desire. So that when the times come, he will die by the people who he cares. That is basically what Itadori Yuji's character is. It's not about someone who are heroic, but someone who has a selfish desire to have someone who is loved beside him. That is basically what Itadori Yuji motivation on why he became a Jujutsu, on why he transferring to the Jujutsu school. That is basically the reason why. So that is what makes his character so intriguing and interesting to see his growth. The author itself refined how shonen protagonist motivation, the reason behind his action, on what he do, and what will he become. That is basically what Itadori Yuji is. So it's quite interesting to see. And I also want to see about how the author itself present the idea of death, the idea of helping others, the idea of friendship, and all those stuff. This series is quite entertaining, and it is really, really fun to see how the shonen protagonist develop in this story, either to become someone who will challenge himself, who will sacrifice himself, who will sacrifice his motivation in order to protect other people, in order for the other people to have a great life. Or either the author will explore more towards the side of Yuji being challenged with his motivation, with his dreams, or the selfishness of his motivation will end up hurting other people who he cares about. So that is what I want to see about the character of Itadore Yuji in this series. And I'll probably look into it for the 24 episodes and see how the character are developed. And I'm also interested in the world building of the Jujutsu, the curse villains, and all those stuff. So it's quite interesting, and I recommend to all people to watch this series for the shonen lovers, for the shonen series itself. So that is all. Thank you for watching.